Hey kids, where do you want to go? That's right, to Armchair Imagineering's Clubhouse. We have gone far too long without giving Weird Al Yankovic his own theme park. Sure, he's referenced the big one, and he's made appearances at my place of employment, and he's appeared in works with fictional theme parks, and he's apparently going to appear in the actualization of the thing I pitched in my very first Armchair Imagineering video, but that's not enough. It's time for Weird Al to join Dolly Parton in the ranks of music legends with their own theme parks. And before you rush to the comments going all, wouldn't a Weird Al theme park just be a parody of Neverland Ranch? Come on, it would obviously be a parody of Hard Rock Park. But since not enough people visited Hard Rock Park to remember it, it would probably be more of a general Disneyland-style layout. But there wouldn't be a castle in the middle. Oh no, the towering weenie beckoning you forth would have to be Frank's 2000-inch TV, playing Weird Al videos and clips on a loop. At a reasonable volume, but still. The main street leading up to the TV would of course be called Weird Alley, and it would be lined with gift shops such as the clothing stores Stuck in a Closet, Groovy Guy Fashions, and King of Suede, complete with a next-door Willie's Fun Arcade. The arcade would definitely have that Weird Al pinball machine, and probably also quite a few off-the-shelf games based on franchises Al has written songs about, and maybe a cabinet version of that Virus Alert game? Does anyone else remember that Virus Alert game? I only barely do, but I remember enjoying it. There'd also be a toy store called Hardware Store, but you know what they gotta have is Spatula City, and at the base of the 2000-inch TV is the Eat It Food Hall, filled with such quick-service eateries as Addicted to Spuds, Fries, and Tater Tots, the La 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 Lasagna Italian Bistro, the Taco Grande Stand, the I Love Rocky Road Ice Cream Parlor, Waffle King Breakfast, and the Dog Eat Dogs Hot Dog Stand, which would sell regular hot dogs, yes, but it would also sell the ever-so-Instagrammable Twinkie Wiener sandwiches. And if we could clear it legally, there would also be Rocky's Deli, where you can choose the Rye or the Kaiser, or the Wheat or the White. And what else would you find at Al Lands of Weirdventure? Well, of course, surrounding the hub would be different lands full of different experiences inspired by Al songs and related media. One land would be Hollyweird Studios, the land for movie and TV-based attractions such as the Nature Trail to Hell Horror Maze. I know you expected it to get a 3D movie, but what's more 3D than the bloody hatchet literally coming right at you? There'd also be the live show and interactive game You Lost on Jeopardy, a Weird Al trivia game show that runs several times throughout the day because in-park game shows are always attractions that are built to last. And speaking of the types of attractions they don't really make anymore, there'd also be the U62 station, where you can explore the TV studio and green screen yourself into iconic Al videos and scenes. There'd even be a Be Interviewed on Al TV station, where an interviewer asks you questions, films your answers, and then shows you an edited clip of Al asking you completely different questions, making your answers look downright ridiculous. One land would be the Off the Deep End Splash Zone, home of all the water-based attractions like the New Duck bumper boats, the Wet and Nerdy Wave Pool, the Really Inactive Lazy River, Harvey the Wonder Hamster Tube water slides, the Volcano Worshippers Flume Ride, and the Big Soak Zone Fun House, big thing that dumps water, whatever those things are called, Stanley Spadowski's Splash House. And after a fun day of rides and snacks, you can dance the night away at the That Boy Could Dance party. Or maybe just the Polka Party, in the style of Studio K in Videopolis, where you can dance along to all of Al's songs. The land full of generic flat rides would be the Carniv Al, featuring the Ferris Wheel of Fish, Amy's Airline, one of those bus rides themed to Another One Rides the Bus, the Melanie's Stalker Freefall from the 18th story window, and photo ops such as the Not Quite Biggest Ball of Twine. For transportation around the park, you can ride the Jackson Park Express. Or if you don't want to risk having an entire nonverbal relationship over the course of a single ride, you could also ride the actual horse-drawn ride, akin to the Not Stagecoach or the Main Street Trolley, in the Amish Paradise Buggies. Also, the bumper cars could obviously be based on Traffic Jam, unless we want them to be based on the second verse of Why Does This Always Happen to Me and have a decaying corpse on the side. Of course, we'd want some dark rides, like a 3D interactive Attack of the Radioactive Hamsters from a Planet Near Mars ride, where you have to shoot the hamsters with reverse microwaves to get them back down to normal size. And there'd be a slow-moving dark ride based on Trapped in the Drive-Thru. a very slow-moving dark ride. And of course, you gotta have a big dark ride based on Albuquerque. Just wait until you get water squirted on you by that animatronic jugular vein. And if the original print is ever found, there'd also be a permanent home for Al's brain in 3D. But of course, the big E ticket would be the Polka Coaster. An idea that I promise I did have long before it was actually announced that Al would actually be part of the real rock and roller coaster. The queue for the Polka Coaster would be a replica of Al's cape from the Weird Al show, just cause that's a cool set and it would be cool to see it in person. Now, much like how Rock and Roller Coaster plays a random song from the featured artist synced to the track, the Polka Coaster would feature a randomly generated mini polka using snippets of existing polka medleys synced to the track. For example, at the launch you could hear a snippet of either Sledgehammer, Cradle of Love, Loser, or Let's Get It Started. The loop would have a snippet of one of the short punchy bits like Burnin' Down the House, Method of Modern Love, Bawa to Ba, or Feel Good Inc. The corkscrew would have that little finger-snapping breakdown bit that's in the middle of some of the polkas, leading into the bunny hops with a snippet of Footloose, Humpty Dance, or Old Town Road, and the final turnaround would have any one of the final polka closers with that da-da-da-da-da-da hitting right at the final break run. And those are my ideas for the Weird Al theme park, but what would you include? Let's discuss this all in the comments, and if you've missed me Armchair Imagineering as much as I have, don't worry, I've got 2 more Armchair Imagineering videos coming up this month, and you can watch them on Patreon right now. Or you can just wait and watch them here over the next couple of weeks, that's cool too. And until then, this is Dave, signing off.